Wild sights in the streets of Syria this morning, both chaos and confusion after the fall of Syrian President Bashar Assad. And this is the National News Desk, America's News Now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. It is Monday, December 9th, and right now we are watching to see how the collapse of Syria could draw the U.S. into another overseas conflict. The uprising, the latest in the nearly 14-year civil war that has torn apart Syria, killed more than 600,000 people, and now creating a scramble to power in the region. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance wrote about the crowds that topple the government, writing, many of the rebels are a literal offshoot of ISIS. We want to get right to Mark Boyle at the live desk, who's tracking the latest developments overnight, including the country that has granted Bashar al-Assad and his family asylum. And Mark, right now, really the world watching as a new era, a scary era right now beginning in Syria.
All eyes on what happens here. A lot of change could happen within the next 24 hours. Some new video right now into the live desk. You're seeing some of those celebrations, Jan. This is just one clip of the celebrations across the globe after rebels conquered Damascus yesterday, ending the Assad family's 50-year rule. We're also seeing reports that dozens have been set free from the notorious prison there, where rights groups say thousands have been tortured and even killed. President Bashar Assad and his family fled Syria Sunday after negotiations with rebels. He has now been given asylum in Moscow. Russia is now reportedly requesting an emergency session of the UN to discuss Syria and the future there. At the same time, the U.S. Central Command is conducting strikes on known ISIS camps and operatives in Syria. All of this in order to prevent that terror group from taking advantage of the chaos that's unfolding this morning. On Sunday, President Biden delivered remarks from the Rose Garden.
At long last, the Assad regime has fallen. This regime brutalized and tortured and killed literally hundreds of thousands of innocent Syrians. The fall of the regime is a fundamental act of justice. It's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria to build a better future for their proud country. It's also a moment of risk and uncertainty. As we all turn to the question of what comes next,
and Washington also says it believes this man, missing American journalist Austin Tice, who disappeared nearly 12 years ago near Syria's capital, is alive and is working to find him and bring him home ASAP. Tice is from Houston, Texas, and had been working on publishing works in the Washington Post. A video was released weeks after he vanished, showing him blindfolded and held by armed men, but Syria publicly denied holding him. We are also seeing reports that the U.S., Israel, and other allies are working to destroy Syria's remaining chemical weapons. And according to the IDF, Israel captured part of Syria's Golan Heights region on Sunday. New developments as they come in as this situation breaks this morning right here at the live desk.
Trump has a different view, obviously, than Biden on Syria. Biden says Syria's collapse is a historic opportunity for the U.S. to support the region. And as Mark said, the U.S. military carried out dozens of airstrikes there already. President-elect Trump wrote, Syria is a mess but is not our friend, and the United States should have nothing to do with it. This is not our fight. Let it play out. Do not get involved. Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett wrote, President Biden is pledging our billions to rebuild Syria. What about Hawaii, North Carolina, and Tennessee?